Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why every challenge is a gift. Why every situation that brings out discomfort, uncomfortable feelings, unpleasant feelings, maybe perhaps even anxiety, maybe feelings of depression or like compression making you go inwards. Why are these experiences such a gift to us? So then we're going to be spending the rest of our life unwrapping these gifts because everything is always happening for us, not to us, right? Creator, God, source energy doesn't ever give us anything that we cannot handle. Therefore, like my favorite teacher says, we can have this perspective that we get to spend our entire life opening up presence, because now we know, like in the therapeutic world, and if you watch the Disney movie Inside Out, our 5 predominant emotions are anger, fear, sadness, disgust, and then we have joy. Simply by the law of probability, we're going to be landing in these emotions most of the time through our life experiences. And then it is up to us, because now as adults, we have the power and control to transmute whatever is coming through right back into joy and find the gift of that experience. Because as it turns out, all these gifts that we have essentially, signed up for to receive through our course of our lifetime, if we don't open it and see it, we're gonna keep encountering the same opportunity to unwrap it. So why not take it by the reins and do it as soon as you possibly can, so then you can get to the next level or path where other additional gifts are going to be there for you to open. And I do promise you, the more that you walk this path of life with unconditional love and respect for you and what you are feeling, the further you're going to get into your path of life to open more and more and more, to eventually to get to the place where you're going to be whole and complete again and experience self-actualization and understand truly what it means to be a human and having a human experience. My name is Anna Morfides, Money Horse Counseling, dedicating this channel to us all living our best life. So if you're watching on YouTube and or listening on podcast, welcome. Let's get right into it. So discomfort that we feel, turns out, as we have learned in human development, as I am almost completing my studies as a professional counselor, the discomfort that we feel in situations as adults is unresolved, stored emotion from experiences that we have had in the past with our primary caregivers and or maybe another significant figure in our life, and or our years in elementary school and or high school. This is the age where we absorb the world through our experiences and we make a meaning out of it. And this is where we create our core belief system. So then when we create our core belief system, we're going to experience what that core belief system is through our adult interactions. I mean, it starts as early as adolescence, but like now as adults, we know, because our brain is also fully formed, that we have control to change that. So step number 1, and I wrote this stuff down because I really don't want to forget this beautiful information that has come through. Step number 1 is the emotion that you're feeling from that particular incident. So whether it is, okay, like for me lately, it's been trying to own my voice and the fear that comes with that, and my core beliefs that I am too much, And another core belief I have is it is not safe to be me. My nervous system has learned through my past experiences that I am too much and it is not safe to be me. I've never been able to have someone to hold me in that space, especially my parents. So then as adults, we recapitulate the same experiences in our adult years. Once we are conscious of what we are feeling, what is serving best in that moment is to walk right through that feeling. Yes, it's going to be painful. Yes, it is going to be uncomfortable. But I always think and feel I would rather walk through that pain of changing, but we can't change unless we accept. So I will accept what is. I am accepting that I have this unhelpful core belief about myself. I will feel the pain of that experience to the depth of my cells. And this is going to make me emotional because it does hurt. But I would rather have that. And I know it's going to last maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, 1 week. But I know that I'm going to go through it because I'm going to get help. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to understand where that story came from. Where did I learn the narrative? I'm going to go into work and like use affirmations to give myself a corrective experience because now I can parent myself. I'm going to use the power of neuroplasticity to build new neurological pathways within myself. I'm going to use the power of breath work to like release what's inside. I'm going to use techniques such as emotional freedom technique where we're like tapping parts of our body to like release what is stored. I would rather feel the pain of change rather than feel the pain of my absorbed environment and core belief system that I acquired as a child and my anxious attachment style for the rest of my life. So I'd rather feel the pain of change now and reach out for support. Like, don't do it alone. And if one person cannot help you, then reach out to somebody else because God knows exactly who is going to be the right version of self to be able to hold you in that space that is most ideal for you. Because sometimes as wounded adult children, right, like that's our inner child that's coming out to play. They don't always know who is the right person to be able to hold them through that space. So like just through my experience with myself and or clients, like if we are seeking to have a corrective experience with somebody that would like potentially maybe represent our mother figure, we have to watch to see who actually has the potential to do that, because we get a little bit confused, right? Because we don't know. So use your discernment and allow the path of least resistance to unfold in front of you. The path of least resistance is the path that you're not forcing anything to happen, but you're just allowing your experiences to come. You're allowing yourself to feel the emotions. You're allowing yourself to feel to the depth of your cells what it is that they're still looking for. There's this concept called pruning when we are children and we are forming our nervous system, right? Which is like essentially it's like our hard drive of like our body. And that hard drive produces emotions. So those emotions produce behaviors. When we don't receive messages such as you're worthy, you're capable, you're good enough, you're awesome. Like when we don't receive all these things from our primary caregivers, pruning happens, and those potential, they're called like dendrites, like those neurons that have like, they look like this, and like they release neurotransmitters that make you feel good, full of like oxytocin and epinephrine. Is it epinephrine or norepinephrine? Yeah, feel good chemicals. I'll put those underneath. But then when we don't receive those messages and we have like other messaging because our like that we're not good enough, or we find ourselves in situations where we have to like be the parent or fend for ourselves, or our parents were not able to emotionally support us and things like that, or we were bullied in high school, or you were abused by someone, you're going to be acquiring this message that will release cortisol, and that's not a make you feel good sort of chemical. So we are looking for a recorrective experience. So we're going to allow, I feel like I had lost my train of thought. We're going to allow those emotions to pass through so we can get to the other side. Okay, path of least resistance. Yes, this is where we were at. So not forcing anything, allowing us to process those feelings and allowing us to see what it is that we are needing to give ourselves a recorrective experience right now, as it was 11/11, because that is the key to our freedom of the discomfort of our past, right? So the way that this universe works is by assertion, which means nothing is forced. Everything is just coming to us. And the only thing that we can control is who we are. On an energetic level, because everything is energy, we are going to be bringing in situations that are happening for us to elevate our frequency. Our frequency is produced by our unconscious and conscious thoughts that run our nervous system, because those produce emotions, which are energy in motion, and that produces our field, our aura, which becomes the point of attraction of our experiences. This is why everything is happening for us, because even the most uncomfortable of situations is meant to elevate that aura by shedding what is preventing it. The very same thing that is preventing you from elevating your aura, because it keeps you stuck in this unhelpful thought pattern, and 95% of those are unconscious, is the very same thing that would be helpful for you to shed in order for you to get to the next level. So say for me, feeling the pain of not being in, or like that I wasn't good enough, or that I'm too much, or that it's not safe to be me. So it wasn't safe to be me because most of the times that I would do something, I would get punished. Therefore, messaging I received, it's not safe to be me. The other one, like, I'm too much for people. My poor mother was not capable. Like, she had a terrible upbringing, and my father wasn't there for her. He completely abandoned her. So then she had 3 children to raise on her own, and there was like scarcity in money, etc., etc. So she didn't have the capacity. Messaging that I received as a child, I am too much. And then because she wasn't able to even love herself, never mind love us, in other messaging, I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough. These experiences are shaping now my future self and my adult interactions, like in all, like whether it's platonic or romantic or in my professional life. I am encountering myself through those lenses of perception. So therefore, I interpret those experiences in the same way. So when I feel that pain and I allow my body to cry that out and replace that story, because it's not true. It's not true, right? Because as we learned in human development, if I had a different set of parents that were capable, oh, when I wrote this down, this is amazing. In the right environment, a biological being has no choice but to develop properly. So we are biological beings, right? Like, we are biological beings. So if we were not raised in the right environment and received the 4 S's, safe, seen, secure, and soothed, we would not develop properly. And I'm using quotation marks. Properly meaning we're going to have perhaps not a secure attachment style and unhelpful core beliefs that are running our life right now. But when we are shown what those are, that's there for our healing. Therefore, that's why it's a gift and it's happening for us. Correct environment equals our current competency. So think about the environment that you had as a child and how that directly correlates to your competency that you have now. I mean, obviously it makes sense for me, my environment as I had as a child, that the competency that I had in security and who I was very much correlated. But I gave myself a recorrective experience now through my school, and I did all the work. So then my current competency has elevated because I have given myself the correct environment for my little inner child to thrive. I can do all that stuff for myself now. I can tell her that she is enough. I can tell her that she's not too much for me, because now I have expanded my window of tolerance and my understanding of emotions. And I've expanded my self-compassion, and I don't reject her and I don't abandon her. And I expect nothing less now from the world around me. I now know that I'm not going to depend on anyone else to gift that to me, but I'm only going to depend on them to show me what it is that I need to gift myself. So we give all those people, situations, experiences so much love and so much gratitude because they are a gift from God to us. And yeah, and through those lenses, you can never go wrong, right? Like having unconditional love for that experience and having full gratitude for the most uncomfortable thing. Do you know what kind of a human you are embodying in that moment? And how like precious and beautiful and self-serving that stance in life is. Like, this is where the magic happens, honestly. This is where the magic happens. I think I'm going to end my video right here. I really hope, actually, I don't hope. I trust that you are all going to be receiving so much magical experiences so you can shift your perspective, switch out those lenses of perception, and really truly come into your true full self, path of least resistance, allowing what is to come. And the only thing that we can control is our internal environment, so we can be matched by our outer environment. We cannot control other people, but I understand why we want to control people and or situations and or circumstances and or a period of silence and or this and or that and or our discomfort, because we are not wanting to have the same outcome that our body knows from the past. And that's okay. But once we are conscious and we realize that, we're like, oh, wow, yeah, like I don't want to feel that I'm not enough again. I don't want to feel that I am too much. I don't want to feel rejection. I don't want to feel that I'm incompetent. I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel that. But what is serving most is to allow ourselves to do feel that, so we can walk right through it. And then replace, transmute, transform, so then you can be at peace and come through to the other side. And then we don't have to force an outcome anymore, right? Like we're not forcing an outcome because we know and we trust that if we don't fear that very same thing that we don't want to experience again, right? We just know that this time is going to be a different outcome because we trust and we believe differently. Because when we attach to the outcome and try to control that, it prevents us actually from having that very same thing that we want, because we're doing the exact opposite, right? Like we can't grasp for air from someone else while we're swimming in our ocean. We should be able, this is a beautiful metaphor I heard, to swim to the top breathe in what we need, and then keep going. We don't hold on to situations and or outcomes with an expectation for that to be the source of our oxygen and our breathing. We use that potential to create our floating device so we can do that for ourselves. I love you so much with all my love and gratitude. If you're watching, listening, for a minute, for the whole thing, I'm so grateful. If you liked anything about it, give it a thumbs up. If anything came up for you, I'd love to hear from you. Any subscriptions, like any interaction or none, it's all okay. I'm just thankful to be able to be in the position that I can share my voice and everything that I've learned that has like extremely helped me shift my life perspective and my life experience, and yeah, like start living my best life. Again, with so much love and gratitude, I will see you next time.